We have Hurricane Humberto and Imelda moving towards the northeast here. Humberto passed basically just north of Bermuda, and now Imelda is being dragged in behind it. And that's going to be passing very close. In fact, hurricane warnings are up at this time for that island. Now, most of these moving away from, both of these, I should say, are moving away from the east coast. The big thing that we're going to have on the back side of it is this stiff northeasterly breeze with an increase of a bit of a nor'easter across the first coast and the entire east coast for that matter, with some high winds, strong rip currents, and definitely some rough waves as we go ahead through Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's always break down these updates pretty quickly here and just give you the information and being transparent about what we're seeing out here, at least at this time. Now, Imelda is passing just towards the north of Bermuda. Winds right now, 90 miles per hour, moving east-northeast at 21 miles per hour. Pressure is at 974 millibars. And you can see the track right there. I say just north. It's actually going to almost pass directly right over the island. And that's why hurricane warnings are up there at this time. You can see right there at St. George, that's a little dot. You know, you got those hurricane warnings in place. Now, the good news for Bermuda, they're built for this. As long as everybody stays inside and hunkers down, there's no evacuating away from the coast on an island like that. Basically, you just get the warning, you stay inside, you hunker down, you wait for it to pass. You kind of clear everything up and put up the storm shutters as these storms move on by. But still, you know, not to be taken lightly. And I'm sure marine traffic, fishing traffic all around the area is definitely well aware of this. Pretty much 100% chance of at least tropical storm strength winds with this storm system as it passes right overhead. And more or less as it passes by the way, it's kind of absorbing Humberto and cascading waves out all around it. So it's definitely some wavy conditions. Sailors are going to be having a rough go all up and down the East Coast, but closer to Bermuda, look at this, 15 to even 20 feet in spots. I was in the Navy myself. 20-foot seas are enough to really turn your stomach. We'll just say that. All right, so take a look at the guidance, kind of showing this getting pulled towards north and east, and you can see that stiff northeasterly flow coming in behind it. A little bit closer look at those hurricane strength winds. That's the area in red passing right over Bermuda. Like I said, hurricane warnings are in place. So basically, Wednesday night into Thursday morning is not going to be pleasant out there on the island. And then you combine that with those waves I was just mentioning a moment ago, definitely could be seeing some big swells. Now, Bermuda, yes, they can get storm surge, but the islands, just the topographicness around the island with the ocean slope leading up to it, is not terribly conducive for significant storm surges. Of course, large waves could flood some coastal spots, but you're not worried about the type of surge that you would get on the Gulf Coast, for example, on that island. So here's a broader look, though, once again with that satellite picture showing both of these storms racing towards the north and east. Plus, just so you know, we're also monitoring a couple tropical waves down towards the southeast. Some long-range model guidances are continuing to kind of pick up on stuff out there right now, but that would be very long-range, and at least at this time, the National Hurricane Center is not advising on anything in this next 7 days. But the whole point of here at First Coast News and Talking Tropics is to always look ahead, keep you informed, and just remind you, you know, today's October 1st. It is, you know, feeling autumn out there, but we are not quite at end of a hurricane season. I think, remember, Hurricane Nicole made landfall in Florida in mid-November, and that's just a clear example of how these storms can still linger around for late into the season here. Regardless, though, if you're looking at the east coast of Florida, we're not having a tropical system, but over the weekend, we could be looking at winds along the coast at 30, maybe up to 40 miles per hour at times. It's not a tropical, but it is going to be even gustier than what we've seen along the coast when Imelda was just offshore. So just keep that in mind as well. Meteorologist Robert Spett here at First Coast News. Check out Hurricane Central. Got more information there. Don't forget, we're always streaming on FCN Plus.